The release of the NBA schedule was like a Christmas present come early for eager basketball fans. As fans across the globe flicked through the entire schedule, they began circling games they can't afford to miss. There were the obvious standouts of LeBron's first trip back to Cleveland, the Warriors and Rockets, and the obvious Christmas Day schedule. But lost inside of the schedule are the underrated games that hold just as much appeal as the marquee meetings and deserve every fan's attention. Atlanta Hawks vs Golden State Warriors. November 14. One of the most dominant teams in NBA history going up against the team expected to finish 15th place in the Eastern Conference. Doesn't exactly sound appealing, but there's one incredibly intriguing matchup. Trae Young lit up the college scene in his lone season with Oklahoma and was often compared to two-time MVP winner Stephen Curry. Young will be hoping to show he's more than capable of competing with the best when he goes one-on-one against Curry. San Antonio Spurs vs Charlotte Hornets. January 15. Tony Parker spent 17 seasons with the Spurs but only started 21 games last season as the team handed the playmaking duties over to DeJounte Murray. He makes his return to the AT&T Center after a shock move to join the Charlotte Hornets in the offseason. Expect nothing but love to be showered upon Parker when he steps back on the floor for perhaps the last time. Dallas Mavericks vs Los Angeles Clippers. December 21. Remember when MJoys took over your Twitter feed a few years ago? After DeAndre Jordan decided to move to Dallas, his Clippers teammates swooped in and took their man back. DeAndre Jordan finally landed in Dallas, for real this time, and he'll step foot back in the Staples Center just days before Christmas. Hopefully this time the Mavericks won't let him out of their sights and allow the Clippers to lock doors with chairs this time around. Phoenix Suns vs Sacramento Kings. December 5. Two teams who should once again land in the NBA lottery doesn't exactly make for clear your schedule viewing. But it's the first chance the top two draft picks will square off. DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley III have plenty of promise on the NBA stage, and while they'll not line up directly opposite one another, they'll be linked for years to come. Getting the upper hand on your fellow draft picks plays a big role, and these two will want to prove they're the top dog. Los Angeles Lakers vs Indiana Pacers. February 6. LeBron James and the Cavaliers were expected to roll into their fourth straight meeting with the Golden State Warriors, but they ran into a rampant Indiana Pacers outfit in the first round. Victor Oladipo took his game to new heights during 2017-18, and his showdown with James left fans salivating for more. The two men will meet once more in Indiana when James' Lakers travel into town in early February. Denver Nuggets vs Boston Celtics. March 19. Isaiah Thomas ignited the entire city of Boston during a stunning run in the 2017 NBA playoffs. His otherworldly performances made him a local legend. After being traded away, Thomas found a new home this offseason with the Denver Nuggets. He'll get the opportunity to step back on the parquet flooring of the TD Garden, and perhaps fans in attendance will finally get to honor their playoff hero. Utah Jazz vs Philadelphia 76ers. December 28. The top two rookies of the 2017-18 NBA season had more than just an interesting battle on the floor, their rivalry extended off of the court. Donovan Mitchell did all he could to claim the top honor over Ben Simmons, but the Australian prevailed in the end. In year two, the sensations will once again square off, and fans won't be able to help themselves but tune in. Atlanta Rockets vs Oklahoma City Thunder. Date: March 20. Carmelo Anthony was traded from Oklahoma to Atlanta in the offseason, a place he only remained for 5 days before being waived and joining the Rockets. Okay, so this one isn't one to keep an eye on, but the Hawks made it worthwhile after making Carmelo a jersey.